Are you looking for the best tape measures in your budget? Well, in today's video, we break down the top 5 best tape measures that are available on the market. I made this list based on their price, quality, durability, and more. To find out more information about this product, you can check out the description below, and also make sure you subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. The 5th product on our list is the Meterk Digital Tape Measure. The Meterk Digital Tape Measure leads with a lot of varied capability. It's standard and metric, analog and digital, auto-locking, USB rechargeable, and has calculator and storage functions. Tool makers face 2 pitfalls when they cram as many functions as they can into one item. 1, quality of each function suffers, and 2, overall quality suffers. TL. Doctor, don't buy it. Unless you're somehow into measurement masochism. Based on my testing, Meterk stepped in both buckets of quality issues. I'll admit that I'm resistant to digital adaptations of job tasks you can just as easily perform with analog methods. Why do I need to shoot it with a laser and read numbers on a screen when I can just as easily span it with a tape, read the number, and mark it? And, more importantly, how do I know the laser's giving me accurate information? For one reason, the laser is a cool idea. Making a long span across empty space with a tape measure takes skill, and sometimes it's impossible. Laser measurement can solve the problem. Meterk takes laser capability a step further by adding a calculator for square and cubic footage. Up next in the 4th place is the Stanley 25 Powerlock Tape Measure. The Stanley Powerlock has been the best tape measure on the market for years, or even decades. If you can remember a square, silver tape measure in the top shelf of your dad's old toolbox, I'd bet money it was a Powerlock. In my past life of trade work, I never used a tape except a 25 Powerlock. The trades I worked in varied from house framing to window and door installs to building cabinets. Through it all, the trusty yellow and black was there to tell me where I was at. During the decade that I worked for a living, so to speak, I found I had 2 favorite things about the Powerlock: blade quality and readability. In my experience, Powerlock tape blades folded more easily than FatMax or Milwaukee, but never broke. I did get 1 or 2 stolen over the years, so I can't say I've personally tested one for more than a few years at a time. However, in terms of easy readability, I don't think it gets any better than the Powerlock series. Each one I've had shows clearly differentiated 8ths and 16ths along the full length. The only numbers on the tested tapes were inches and feet, no irritating fractions crowding the space. Stud layout was obvious, with 16 intervals marked by red outline numbers and edge-to-edge arrows. The 3rd product on our list is the Craftsman Chrome Classic 25-foot tape measure. Craftsman turns in a basic tape measure in the everything you want, nothing you don't category. The classic Chrome 25-footer. There's startlingly little to say about the tape. If you're looking to pay an entry-level price, it looks like a good option. The tape uses the same easy-to-read marking system as the Stanley Powerlock on its white blade. It adds a rubber grip for easy handling, and it's got a simple slide lock. The tip is double-sided, so you can hook it under or on top of a surface. That's it. The Craftsman Chrome Classic 25-foot tape measure should be a good basic carpenter tape measure for workers looking to save a buck. For those who need it, it also comes in an 8-meter 26-foot version. Don't forget to also check out our list of the best laser measuring tools. Second on our list is the Stanley 30 FatMax Classic Tape Measure. The original Fat tape measure. The Stanley FatMax has long been the high-quality tape measure of choice for workers who need durability and long standout. By adding 1/4 to the standard 1-blade width, Stanley gives the FatMax outstanding standout. The brand claims 14 feet. The grippy rubber on the FatMax case helps keep you from dropping it when your tip's out flapping in the breeze. And the 2-way tip means you can hook just about anything with it. Its markings are the classic Stanley hash marks, differentiated 8ths and 16ths, no fractions printed on the blade. Stud layout is clearly marked, and the edges are identical. There's only one problem with fat tape measures, just like anything fat. They're heavier than any skinny object of the same size. From occasional field experience, I can say the FatMax is a legitimate chode. It can be easy to bump it on things if it's clipped to your pocket. And if you're carrying it in your tool bags, it can be an awkward fit depending on the size. It's not much of a knock on an otherwise solid tape measure with optimized standout. If you're spanning big gaps, the FatMax is a solid tool for the job. It also comes in multiple variations, including metric, magnetic, and the huge 40-footer. You can even get a cute but functional 6 keychain version. Finally, the top product on our list is the Komelon 6611 Open Reel Fiberglass Tape Measure. Komelon's 100-foot open reel tape measure has a coated fiberglass blade for durability and a big reel handle to make rewinding easy. It also gets a dual-purpose hook to fit over the corner of a flat surface or around a nail. What makes any open reel tape measure different than any other? We like the Komelon for its simple design, functional hook, and ergonomic grips. The contoured carry handle and the big reel grip should help make it comfortable as you walk the long line, then wind it all back up. The hook looks like an advantage too. You never want your tip to pop off your anchor point, and that's especially true if there are 90+ feet between you and it. Finally, we like the design with the posts on the central hub. 100-foot tapes tend to do a lot of dirty work on the ground. More internal space means more places for grit to accumulate. And unless you're measuring post holes and somehow hit it with a garden shovel, you shouldn't have any problems making the flexible, double-coated blade last forever. For the most abrasive jobs, you can queue up a stainless steel 100-footer like this beast from Kesson. And that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time.